It is time to open 100 collector reserves to see what we get. We'll see how many tokens we get, collector tokens, how many credits we get, and more importantly, most importantly, how many cool variants we get. Because you guys know I love playing all the variants. 150 credits is nice. I don't play variants, but I do like looking at them, and I do like talking about them, and I do like collecting them. In fact, I think after I open these, we will go through and take a look at all of the variants, like this 3099 Zabu. Cool. Yeah, I'm not super into the 3099 futuristic stuff. I'm like more into medieval stuff, but the medieval variants, the super sick medieval variants, are always like the ultimate variants. Goofy Omega Red looks like he's trying to poop. That's his legacy. Those cool medieval variants are usually like the ultimate variants and cost collector tokens, and I'm not using a card game piece resource basically on cosmetics. I'm gonna save those collector tokens till the end of my days, because I have stopped spending money on this game other than season passes. I still buy the season pass, of course, but other than that, I don't spend money. I did spend just a little bit to get up to 100 reserves for this specific video. Prom. Here we go again, kicking off my complaints about titles. I did spend a little bit for this video just to get it done, because I'm currently on vacation when you're watching this, and I needed to get some videos scheduled ahead of time, and these are good ones. But saving those tokens so that I used to spend like hundreds of dollars a month on this game to keep up with all the crazy new card releases and get like a stockpile. Now I have a nice stockpile of reserve of tokens, as you saw. So hopefully we can go a long time between the 2,000 gold we get as part of the Marvel Snap Creator Program. We get that every month, and just the season pass. Hopefully I have enough. Shampoo Scent Terrigen Mist. I don't know what Terrigen Mist is. It's probably something from Marvel, but like there was probably a cool way to use Terrigen Mist, in a title. Like, this is not it, but Lord of the Terrigen Mist or whatever, something that just sounded a little cooler. You don't want everything to be too edgy, but I think some people want to take the lore and the characters seriously, and there just aren't that many opportunities to do that with these titles. They're all goofy. Goofy ones are good. They need to exist. Let's not make this another video about titles. Let's open some variants here. I can talk about variants. Oh my god, there's so many titles. I mean, this one's fine. It's not too goofy. It just is what it is, I guess. I was a child of the 80s, so appropriate for me. I think I'm older than some of you think. I don't know how that tracks. Some people I've heard think I'm in my like late 20s. I don't know if I hear that as much these days, but I am 36 years old. Is that right? 36? Yeah, 37 I think in May. So almost 37, which is terrifying. Happy to still have a hairline. That's all I'll say. Dude, where are my variants? Come on. One variant so far? Oh my god, no variants. So many titles. Surely they're gonna be backloaded here, right? We'll get a bunch all at once. Because don't you open like a fixed amount in a given set of reserves? I'm getting ripped off, dude. We're gonna have a lot of resources, but no variants. I want to talk about cool and or bad artwork. I particularly need the Pixel Death. Oh my god, no variants. I particularly need the Pixel Death variant because it's the last one of the Pixel album, the like Destroy album or whatever that I need. Pixel Shauna instead. Okay, I mean, she's fine. Leg looks kind of awkwardly long maybe, but that's okay. She's better than a lot of pixels, we'll say. So 2 variants so far. I don't know how many reserves deep we are, but man, a lot of portraits and a lot of titles. This is just, to me, it's not a very fun or satisfying experience, right? Like the collection track, it feels like it's less exciting all the time. I feel like I used to be pretty excited to open my reserves and stuff. Ooh, words to read. I feel like I used to be really pumped to open these, and nowadays I don't know, man. Bring back glam rock. Okay. That's definitely a modern hip reference for the young the young player base of Marvel Snap. Dude, I don't I'm so sad when they started adding more titles. I feel like I used to get so many more variants. I mean, we've literally only seen 2 variants so far in 7 minutes. This is what, dude, dude, where are the variants? Oh, this is not like, this is not encouraging people to open, you know, reserves or spend resources. Okay, there we go. Dan hip armor. That one's pretty cute. I like how the tiny little armor's in there. That's a really satisfying sense of scale on that one. Yeah. Is that, no, I think that new Dan hip album is all the 1-drop Dan hips, right? So that's probably not contributing to that one. I think I had that one started, but not even halfway yet. Golden tickets on our way to Willy Wonka. I mean, if these gave you a free candy bar, they'd have value. As it stands to me now, they're worth like 15 boosters because I just never take time to do all these tickets and conquest. It takes forever. Even if you just go in expecting to concede just to get a little bit of the currency, it still takes forever. Speaking of which, I feel like these loading times are really slow. Pixel Rock Slide. Okay. This is definitely one of my more favorite pixels. He looks pretty good. I like the background a lot. Pose is pretty good and dynamic. Doesn't look too blocky or chunky. That's probably an A+ pixel, actually. Yeah, I feel like I see this one played some too, which is rare. The loading times though, man. I think the variants typically take longer to load, but that was a ticket and still took forever to load. I'm feeling these loading times in particular because I just went through and burned like 12,000 credits to get up to 100 reserves for this video. And I had to click every little booster and every little credit thing along the way. And it literally took me like 30 minutes of just clicking all of these as I upgraded this thing. I don't know, man, this experience, it's just, people say, "Oh, you're shilling. You're shilling you want people to spend money on the game and showing off all the collector's reserves." Am I really? Is this an experience that is encouraging you to spend your money on the game? Kazar. Kazar, by the way, I get a lot of people who tell me this is not pronounced Kazar. I have video evidence of Kazar himself pronouncing it Kazar. I used to have this bookmarked. I don't know if I do anymore. Oh, I do. Here it is. Let's see. I don't know where it is in this video, but I'm going to edit to this where you can hear him saying Kazar.
Don't pretend you don't know Kazar, mutant.
Kazar. Anyway, enough of that aside. It's Kazar. Give me a break. I'm sure I get some wrong, but I think I got that one right. Credits. I probably should have, like, I have enough credits that maybe, you know, I could have saved $10. I bought a little bundle of Sunspot to get us to 100 reserves, but I'm opening so many credits. I guess I could have probably just opened like 80 of these or something and then done the final 10 or 20 or something. Well, there are just no variants, dude. Portraits, titles. Are we still at 3 variants after 11 minutes? I feel like I'm getting close to the end and I don't have any variants. Man, I used to add all the titles and all of the well, they didn't have like the portraits. I guess they added the more portraits or whatever, so I would just get so many variants. I think we would get like 25 variants in 100 reserves, and now I'm getting foaming at the thumb. I'm actually speechless. I'm actually speechless. I don't know what to say, dude. There's not even anything to be like excited about. Imagine if there was like cool, like, imagine if you could like randomly get an ultimate variant in your reserves or something, you know? So you were like, so you had like some kind of promise or excitement. There's not even that. It's just like, nah, man. Actually, you're just gonna get another really bad title. Here we go, Pixel Colleen Wing. I don't hate it. I actually don't hate it. The action shot way she's clearly like jumping down or something, and her hair, you know, is still trailing behind. It does kind of make her look like Vegeta. which honestly, that's a bonus. I love Vegeta. I love Dragon Ball Z. So that's not a bad thing necessarily. Okay. That's not a terrible pixel again. I mean, it'd be nice to get some non-pixel variants out of 100 reserves, but opening reserve. Oh no, dude, no. That's a credits. I missed. That means I might actually only be opening 99 reserves. Oh no. Clickbait. Get him in the comments. He lied to us. I wanted that one extra reserve. That was the one where we get the super sick variant you were looking for. Maybe I'll upgrade a card and do it for you guys real quick. Okay. Well, I mean, we are getting a lot of credits. That's nice. Like, yeah, but is it though? Because the credits they just turn into more of this. Here we go. Dan Hip Deathlock. That's pretty cool. Okay. Is that in that one album maybe too? That's not bad. It's all Dan Hips and Pixels though, man. We got 130.99, I guess. And then just Dan Hips and Pixels. Not very good. Okay, that's actually a pretty good title. I like that title. It's not quite as good as Absolute Garbage, but it's in a similar vein. I would actually rock that title. That's the first one I've seen in like 30 titles I would actually use. That's pretty funny. Completely inaccurate, of course. Obviously. But that's what makes it funny. It's lack of accuracy. 100 credits. Are we getting near the end, man? This is sad. Please give me only goth on the swim team. And the Funky Bunch. Okay, that one's actually pretty fine. What is that actually a reference to? I feel like I know that from something, but I don't know what. Funky Bunch? Well, Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch, but I thought there was a reference to something else too. Like a TV show or something where they call themselves the Funky Bunch, but that's probably also a reference to Marky Mark. Yeah, okay, well, I'm actually less into it now. It's another old school music reference, sort of. I mean, it is, but that's not why most of us know Mark Wahlberg these days anyway. Okay. Yeah, credits, sure. How many do I actually have left? Let's see. I got 32 left. So we're actually gonna we got some time. We got some time to find good stuff. Well, gold ticket. Speaking of good stuff, man. I'm just gonna like edit in the kid opening up the Willy Wonka ticket every time I get a gold ticket to make this video more entertaining. I don't know, but sick. Okay, another Dan Hip. Yeah, Ravona, nice. I like that one. Good. I've got to be getting like close to the full Dan Hip set. I'm curious what you guys like. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. What would you do to make this experience more interesting? And I don't think we can just say more resources like that. Obviously, yeah, that would be great, but that's just not maybe as realistic. Oh, finally a good, I love this variant, dude. The Jim Lee Storm is sick. Okay, I vibe with the 90s Jim Lee X-Men stuff, so this is really cool. Whew, finally. Oh, hey, it's one of the albums too. What would you guys do? Like, what kind of rewards would you be looking for? You know, again, I don't think you can just say more resources. You can, and it's probably right, but it's not as realistic, right? But what kind of like cosmetics, or how could you change titles? How could you change portraits? What would make fast upgrade my life, please? Please. I wonder if they ran out of room and they had to shorten please. I don't know. Maybe they just liked it. Hey, that's a cool rhino. Dang. Okay, now we're getting some good stuff. Cool rhino. I like that one a lot. It's got that kind of sketchy vibe, but that's sweet. Yeah. Great perspective. That's nice. Rhino, unfortunately, a card criminally underplayed, man. I feel like he could just be a 3/4 and it would help a lot. I don't know why Rhino needs to be a 3/3, but we've seen some of those sort of location disruption cards come in and out of the meta. You know, we've had Quake, we've had Scarlet Witch a while ago. It used to always be in Sarah decks. Quake has been popping in lately. Certainly Legion has had his time. Storm, kind of for a different reason, but I think Rhino as a like safer way to do that is nice. Maybe they're trying to protect him in like C3 decks, but I feel like we don't even see that anymore. Well, I mean, we don't even see that much C3, but even I don't even think I've seen Rhino in the most recent iterations of C3, so that doesn't seem like a good reason if they're doing that. Just like everybody's a 3/5 these days. He could probably be a 3/5 and nobody would bat an eye at it. It is arguably it is symmetrical, but it's kind of an effect with an arguable downside too, because you may not want to remove a location, but you may want to play your Rhino. So I think they could arguably very easily defend a 3/5 stat line on Rhino, basically. Substantiate the reason for that. Golden tickets. The problem with getting more variants is that's more of the portraits I can unlock. I'm never going to be at the end of the portrait train because I keep getting variants. It's going to keep 1-to-1, I'm sure, catching up with all these idiot. I mean, that is just. It's just so silly. It's not even really like, it is technically identifiable, yes, but it's just, there's nothing like interesting about a bald man's head wearing a green shirt. Could be anything. That's not the defining attributes of the character captured in that portrait, you know. I would argue Titania's defining attributes are also not captured in this avatar either. I'll let you guys think about that one for a second. I mean, we knew who it was though, all the same. I'm not gonna touch that again. Let's get a variant, please. We are getting a lot. I feel like I'm running out of spotlight caches. I was down to 9. I've had a few weeks where I had to go like 3 or 4, so I may have to start using tokens a little bit more. Chibi Viper. I hate it. I don't like it at all. I'm not into Chibi, but I especially don't like this one. Just something about the pose is weird to me. She's holding this weird gun. Her other arm isn't even visible. It's like most of her body's out of frame, and just, I don't know. I like the army men. That's kind of cool. It does look like I don't know, it looks like some cartoon, like, oh, well, not really Powerpuff Girls, I guess, but I don't know, the lighting or the color palette or something on that made it reminded me of some specific cartoon, but I'm not sure what. I don't watch a lot of kids cartoons. Well, I just started watching a lot of Sesame Street and very, very young cartoons. My baby is occasionally intrigued by TV. Probably not good for her though. All right. We got to be getting near the end. Can I get one more good variant, please? Like just one more nice non-pixel, non-Dan Hip variant, or maybe the death variant if we get that pixel. That'd be cool. When the Pixel Destroy album released, I actually already had 11 out of 12. Was only missing death. I kind of like this one because it's upside down. That actually makes this avatar pretty interesting. Also just reads well because of the cartooniness. Unlike, say, the Wong Pixel. Oh, that's a cool sunspot. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of people want to use that one. That looked cool. It's sure not the base silhouette portrait though, I'll tell you that. Did you guys know in the game files, like I always export the game files to make my thumbnails, you know, to get like the layered clean version of the card art and stuff. And oh, we're in the last reserve. Anyway, I was gonna say there's like extra versions of those base silhouettes, like that base silhouette avatar I always use. There's like different shapes. It's like a, you know, girl looking one. There's like different eyewear and stuff. There's like 5 or 6. I don't know why they didn't use more, but it's cool. All right, final reserve. It's either gonna be pixel death variant or it's gonna be a cool variant. I don't know. Be a cool variant. Stupid title incoming. All right, so I think you saw, I probably, if I remembered, I edited in the total number of tokens and credits I had before. I have 50,200 tokens and 1,235 credits. Well, now we're up to 52,600 and we're up to 68.85. So let's take a recap look at all these variants I got. Maybe I'll just like rate them from like 1 to 5 stars. I'm gonna give this a 1. This is a 4. This is a 5. This looks really cool. This is definitely my favorite storm variant I have. Actually, is that my favorite rhino variant? Yeah, probably. That one's pretty cool too, but I think I like that one's graphic nature a little more. Viper, I have a couple I like better. I like the base art better, this one and this one, so definitely a 1. Storm, a 5. Ravona, I'd say a 3. It's pretty good. I don't have any Ravona variants actually, so that was nice. Deathlock, I'd say maybe a 4. I really like purple. This is a sick Deathlock though. How am I ever gonna not use that if I use Deathlock variants, man? I don't like the chicken much, but Death Squawk. They dodged a bullet with that name. Colleen Wing, pretty good for a pixel like we said, but nothing's gonna beat this one. This is so sick. Let's give the Colleen Wing a 2, which is actually, that's like a 5 for pixels. Let's actually give Rockslide a 3 out of 5. I actually like this a lot, even pixel considered. This is actually maybe my favorite Rockslide variant. I don't really like the Winter Vacation. I hate the Chibi one. Don't like the sports one. So armor, that's a 4 out of 5. That's a good one, but it's definitely not gonna beat this. This is such a sick variant. That one's easy 5 out of 5. And then Shauna, we have Shauna Dan Hip and Shauna Pixel. Shauna Pixel's a 2. That's pretty good for a pixel. And Zabu, I'm gonna give this a 2. I'm not a big fan of the 3099, and this new Zabu is so good. That's a 5 out of 5. I also bought this Sunspot, like I said, to get enough credits. This is a cool Sunspot for sure. I have some good Sunspot variants too, so, and a lot of splits. I also got this recently, the Pandart Onslaught, although I personally like this Onslaught more. I think that one's really cool. We got this cool Nimrod out of the Spotlight Cache. That's going to be my go-to Nimrod variant. We got this out of the Spotlight Cache. Insane. I love the vintage comic variants. I also happen to get the Galactus one not too long ago, and that one was pretty sick as well. Here it is, the cool Galactus vintage comic variant. I might even have the Werewolf by Night one. I do, yeah. These are cool. I love these, so those are all wins. Yeah, you guys saw a lot of these variants in my last pack opening video as well. Look at this cool Noir Cyclops. That's awesome. His red glasses really stand out. That's cool. Oh, I don't know if we've seen this Howard the Duck together, but this one is so nice, dude. I love Howard with the Infinity Gauntlet. That's really cool. I'm a big Howard enjoyer as well, so because you know I always remember to click him. Just kind of scrolling through here and taking a peek at some other recent variants, since we don't really get to see mine much. This is such a cool Black Knight. I love that artwork. I like Black Knight. I've been a little less likely to play Black Knight since he sort of got popular, I guess, but still generally a big fan. The War Sabretooth looks really cool. I actually think these look so good in the base, you know? I almost hate to upgrade these. They look cool because it looks like kind of, you know, vintage printing look, which is really fitting and nice. That's a pretty sick Silver Surfer. I didn't even know I had this. Man. That's probably my top Surfer variant. Yeah, this Professor X is crazy. I have a lot of Professor X's, I feel like. Well, no, not as many as I thought. Thought I had more. I do have a lot of blades. This blade is so good, dude. I like Luca Claretti's art a lot anyway. Very nice. This thing is pretty sweet. I really like the background. We don't get to see Thing looking too like cosmic-y all that often, but that's cool. I just upgraded this Peach Momoko Miss Marvel earlier. It looks good. It's a nice one. Dude, this is the ugliest split. Dude. This split. He's just standing in this weird chunky rainbow foil. Some of these splits look so bad. The base one is so good. The rain, the moving rain, it's so sick. And then you just see this. It's like, what? It's so bad, dude. I didn't know I had this. This is cool. Classic Nick Fury. That's awesome. Yeah, look how good this Noir Punisher looks in the base version too, man. I think I upgraded some of these. I kind of wish I hadn't. I hope I can, whenever they finally add like the stylized borders or whatever, I hope I can actually I hope I can keep some of these in gray and unanimated or something. That would be pretty sweet. I mean, I don't hate the animation either, but anyway, yeah, those are the variants, guys. I have a lot of splits and a lot of variants that you all never see. I'm continuing on my goal to upgrade the base versions of all cards first, so, you know, like the base variants, and then I also want to upgrade any base variants, so like the base version of a new variant, before doing any splits, right? I don't like upgrading splits. I mean, I've certainly done some in the past when I needed to, but yeah, here's a pulp or Noir that's been upgraded. It still looks pretty good, honestly. So that's the plan. So you'll see a lot of unupgraded splits in particular, and you know, stuff like this where I just don't have enough boosters. Oh, this is actually a split. I didn't even realize it looked so natural. Dude, that's a sick split. What? I didn't even know I had this. That looks so sick with the gold on gold. Dude, it even looks good with a white border. Dang, that's a sick split. Oh man, I need to use that. I don't use variants though. Man, that looked good. Very cool. I've never seen this in my life. I must have opened it, but I've never seen it before. That is a cool Hawkeye. Yeah, I like that a lot. I don't play much Hawkeye. I don't play a lot of Bounce. So anyway, this is probably a good place to stop, but maybe I'll just do a really long scroll here. How long does this go? How long does this go on? Oh my gosh. It's just sorted by recent, so I wonder what the bottom right card is gonna be. Is it gonna be the very first card I ever got? Does it know all the way back to then? That would be wild. Dude, it just scrolls forever. Need to go through and rate every single variant and split in my collection. Welcome to a 10-hour video. Dude, look at this. It is, yeah, it's all the base versions of the cards as you unlock them. That's sick. So this is all the base cards, yeah. That's cool, dude. This is like a nice little reminder of how you moved through the collection. Wait, so is this Ironheart my first variant? Or maybe this Nightcrawler, I guess? That's my first ever variant. Is this Nightcrawler? That's cool. And then this Ironheart. Yeah, man, that's sick. I like how this gives you a little record of your collection. That's fun. You can see what order you unlock cards in. I never thought about that before, but that's a really neat little piece of history, man. How have I had this so long and it's still only legendary? I never made it. I never made it infinite and I still don't have enough. That's wild. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you much, Luis, for watching. Curious to your thoughts on all these variants and the collection opening process. Curious if this made you excited to spend all the monies and get all the reserves. I kind of doubt it, but curious to hear that. So thank you, love you, and until next time, game on.